All right. Welcome, welcome. For those of you who don't know Lacy, she's a team leader who joined like last June. It's been almost a year, right?
Yep, June.
And we were on a call recently. Remind me when and what was it, a team call?
It
Training
might have been,
call
yeah, I think it was a
or a
team leader
leader
call.
call? I can't even remember. And she brought up live parties. And so if you ever bring up something you love doing, just know you might get a message from me that says, hey, why don't you come in and tell everybody about it? And she was awesome. And I think you might have even volunteered that day. And all I had to do was follow up. So she's been doing VIP sales and doing really great with live sales. And I know some of you may already do them. Some of you, I've tried them. I don't feel real successful at them. So I'd love to hear what Lacy does and see how she does it different than I did. So I can't wait to hear. So tell us all about it. And if for those of you who didn't hear, who just are getting on the recording or just hopped in, she had a presentation. Canva's pooping out on people right now, so we can't get to it. But she'll post that later, but she's going to chat today. All right.
Yeah, if any of you guys have any questions, just, either hopping in the chat and we'll either answer afterwards or, maybe Debbie can read them if we do have questions, if it pertains during the time. So I, of course, like everybody else, did not feel comfortable in my skin going live first off the bat. And I know most people don't. I know many people that are still doing, that have been doing this for, a good 5-6 months that have not even gone live in their own group at all, let alone selling it live. I have a hard time doing it on my own Facebook page going live. Now in here, this is totally different. In my own VIP, it's a totally different situation. Now, as far as live sales, why should we do it? Obviously, the logarithms is going to be your very, very, very first thing in your own group because you get the engagement of all those comments. And then even if you go back later and read it and still continue to comment on them, that continues to boost it even more. You get your engagement with all your VIPs. The word of mouth then travels that you're doing these things. You get more people in. All of these things make people happy. You want your VIPs happy. They believe, whether a lot of people don't, that I do not offer the buy 3 get 1 free. And the reason I don't is because I do other things for them, which we'll get into, that gives me obviously the advantage of not giving them buy 3 get 1 free. Why should I do that when technically they're about getting the same price if they buy 4? So I usually charge $10. I do not offer a break-in price because I do I have a part of, well, sometimes I decide let's do a spin the win wheel. I don't do that on every single one. Kind of depends on how many sets I'm selling, because it does take longer. Everybody I'm sure has seen the Wheel of Names by now in some way, shape, or form. What you put on it is another story. I do things like free shipping. I've done sleeves of clear as day. So what happens is after they say, hey, I want this set, then we do a spin to win in between. But basically, a live sale, if you haven't been in one at all, you go through and you pick however many sets that you feel comfortable with selling, whether that be 10 because it's been your first one, and you say, hey, I'm gonna hold up these sets for sale. And what's gonna happen is you guys are gonna go ahead and comment on it, and you're gonna say, hey, I like this set, so we're gonna go sold number 1. I'm gonna automatically see whoever is first is going to be the person that's going to claim this. Don't let them powerhouse you because there's a lot of people that will. They're going to say to you, I saw that first. And you know what? I used to let them say that to me. I don't anymore. You know why? Because it becomes, I've actually had people like arguing over sets. No, it's not going to happen. So, yes.
Lacy, are they putting this in the chat because you're live? Are they putting it in the comments?
What do you mean?
No, during your sale.
Yeah, do it if they want it.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
commenting.
Yes.
So when they
it shows
say
up in my
I
comments.
saw it first, what do did they put their name in there first?
Yeah, well, their name comes up as to who they are, and then they just put sold number 1. Okay, I put a post-it note. They see it just like this, and they say, oh, and you know, the whole time you talk up this nail. Oh, it's shimmery. It's that. Make sure you have good lighting. I've also found that my phone has way better lighting than your computer. So don't stand here and go, because it's going to be bad. Usually you're going to have a real bad glare. The phone is usually the best. I've also found that if I am doing the spin wheel and I lean it on my computer and I use my phone, because see, I truthfully have like 3 things going on in here, because I luckily have what I call Jeff, my husband, as my nail mail, and he is typing up things on my Excel spreadsheet. So I keep it on an Excel spreadsheet, and that's another thing we'll talk about, but it keeps things straight for me. But the actual set is like this. I say comment, they comment on it. Once they comment, that set is theirs. If we're doing the spin to win.
Hey, there's Kay. I got stuff to give you for your mom.
Oh,
Okay, got it.
Once they comment on it, we do the spin to win. After the spin to win comes up, they may win a glass vial. They may win something as small as a cuticle pusher. But you know what? I have 3 sets on there. Do I end up giving 3 sets away? Yes. It's not uncommon for me to give 3-4 sets away in a night. Depends on how many. Again, if you don't think you can do that, don't do it. I have, at any given time, I almost always have almost 300 sets here in my house. So once you give it a side, Jeff is listening and Jeff is typing. So and so got a free set. So during the night, if they get like 3 cuticle pushers, I do another spin. I'm not going to give them 3 cuticle pushers. They don't need 3 cuticle pushers. So I'm keeping them happy. All right, let's give them something else. So then they go to this one. That one's gone. We go to the next one. I try to keep some retired sets or some good sets that they're going to want. Like occasionally I'll throw in things like a light year, a dark matter. And I'll say, hey, I've got something coming up soon. You want to keep them around. Most of them will hang around anyway. I have the same diehards that come to every single one. I'm doing a live sale tomorrow. Guaranteed, I'll have the same. I have always at least 13 people in my group, always. And it's the same people, and that's okay. But then I have constant, I can see it in, out, in, out, in, out. Because people are checking in, going away, coming in, going out. And you know what? If I sell to 25 people that night, that's fine. I don't care who they are and how long they stayed. Doesn't make a difference to me. But things like trend spotted, because everybody loves trend spotted. I mean, all of these things, they're like, oh, I know Lacy will have something like that. And it's usually towards the end. I'll check back. So it kind of depends on when and if you guys want to do something like that and how many you want to do. What I tell people, don't leave your sets on the table. Why would you need them in a box at home sitting here? Unless you have a live vendor event coming, there is no reason to not sell these in a live sale on your wall, getting yourself more logarithms, more people happy with you. My whole part is I want my VIPs happy. I spoil them rotten. They all get like one of the things on my wheel is pampering set. In the pampering set, I can barely fit the nails even in the actual envelope with all of the stuff. I'll show you guys if you want to see what I put in things like that. Another thing that is good that we're starting to implement, I know actually Ashley South's team started this with Danette Bess, where she's doing the 15th through the 14th, so that we're all not running to the end of the month and trying to get ourselves, our rank, because, we all start out. I'm a team leader, but even though that, I still start out as a regular stylist. I mean, Debbie knows, she does the same thing. And, you don't want to be running around on the 30th going, oh my God, I just need my so-and-so and so-and-so to BQ, and she only needs $15. But, you don't want that to happen. Well, this is like one of the first months. Guess what? Everybody's done. I don't have to worry about it this month. Everybody has BQ'd and taken care of it. Now, I don't know necessarily if that's part of it, but for me, I can turn around and do a regular everyday live sale now, and then take that money and reinvest every ounce of what I just sold. So say I sell 80 sets, and that's $800, and I could turn around and reinvest that $800 back in my business. I get the commission. The hostess rewards are now bumping into that. So now we're turning around also getting sets out of it. So everything just keeps coming back to you. So it's nothing but a positive thing. Again, keeping your VIPs happy, keeping new sets, keeping coming in. Let's flush out some of the old ones. Now, if there's ones that you have a sentimental value to because you like them, then don't get rid of them. But, obviously the ones that you have like triples of, it's totally fine. Like Tokyo Lights, #1 seller. How many? I think I have like 8 of those. So, always send a thank you note with everything. I do a handwritten thank you note for everything. And almost every single thing, I don't care if they buy one set and it's $10 and all they got was a cuticle pusher. I almost always send a card, a scratch and win card. Even if it means free shipping down the road and they turn it in, they're coming to me. They're not going somewhere else. So, I don't know if everybody else does that, but I've found that it keeps people coming back to me. I let them use it. I do have a Yumi Who page. I tell people they can use one coupon on things just for those reasons. But I tend to send these. I send a lot of these. So I know they're floating around out there, and it's okay. But I do send them a lot with the live sales, and people are like, oh, I was so happy to get that. I get that a lot. Is there any questions at all? First off,
Not yet. You're explaining
I
so
have a
good. Oh, go
question.
ahead.
What are some of the things that you would put on your scratch besides free shipping? Like what else would you put?
I have done, I actually, if it's somebody that I know has bought a lot, I have given sets. And then they can redeem them at their choice. I've done things just like free $3, free $5. I've even just done $1. Sometimes, you could do a percentage, that's up to you. What else have I done? Free face mask, free, just anything that you normally have in your kitty that that you can throw in the next time. They love those things. I mean, I have so many of that kind of stuff that I've kind of compiled over the last year that I don't get rid of, all of it. So sometimes I'm like, oh, here, look, it's a blender. Oh, here, there's this. Let's just throw that in. They're so happy to get it. They don't care. And and I'm happy to send it.
Yeah.
What am I gonna, I don't even use blenders. What am I gonna do with it? So, the one thing that I love about live sales is the time that I have actually with the people in the live sale, because a lot of them I either have known from other things, but because of COVID, I haven't gotten to talk to anybody nor seen anybody. And even though it's just me on one end, they're still typing, or they're still, technically talking, I guess. They're still typing and messaging me. And they're still, they're still getting a fun thing out of it. And guess what? It is the easiest way, even if you only invest the $300 back into your business to keep yourself BQing every month. It is the easiest way to getting a new car every month. It is a new way to getting your vacation that you want. These are easy ways to do all of these things that we can, still keep yourself happy and your customers, and just make it a more fun business as well.
Thank you.
But yes, I do send, and I send everything. Like I said, I always send a thank you card with everything. Everything. I have just started doing this, but I put things like stickers and things. I put, if it's a single, oh, and I didn't talk to you about shipping. Shipping, what I do is $1 per pack up to 3. And then after 3, the 4th one is on me. So anything 4 and beyond, I cover shipping. And the reason I do that is because usually by then, if I'm doing the spin wheel, they have already gotten a lot of loot. Usually it's not something that I can just shove into something and only charge them $1 for to ship. Once it gets after the non-machinable and it's only the $1, then you're okay. Two and 2 sets of nails and maybe something else. That's on the teeter-totter of coming back. After that, you're looking at things that I probably should have. They probably will win free shipping anyway at that point, because I usually put free shipping on my wheel, like, I don't know, probably about 4 times. So I usually have about 20 spaces on my wheel, just to keep it, busy. Things of $2 off, $1 off. It's also why that's why I don't discount my $10, because sometimes you're only paying $8. I also have found that if I give away free sleeves of Clear as Day, so basically I open the pack and I give them one of those sleeves that's in there. If I give them one, they're more apt to buy Clear as Day down the road, because they don't believe that it works like a top coat. So it also gets them to buy it later. But things that I put, like I do a pampering pack. They love the pampering packs. I take things like these organza bags, and things like these masks. Sometimes
mask?
I'll do
Like a
things
face
like
mask?
these are scented wipes, Debbie.
A face mask?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, a little charcoal thing. Okay.
Where do
Yeah,
you get
Most
them?
of them at Shop Miss A, right, Lacy?
Yeah, some are from Shop Miss A.
Always has like a dollar bin too.
Yep. Yes. Shop Miss A. It's also where I get a lot of my stickers. If I know that they're a tea drinker, they get things like these, which it says I'm a QT. Or hey QT. I mean, if I know they're a coffee drinker, there's one that says but coffee first, things like that. If I know they have dogs, a lot of us in our team are dog showers. There's that. Do more of what makes you happy. I mean, there's like 100 stickers.
What was that site again? Sorry. What was the?
Shop Miss A. Yep. Shop and then Miss MISSA.com. Once you get, I think, to like $50, I think that shipping's free. Let's see. If they have little kids, I do things like this, which are these. This is another thing on Shop Miss A. It says Queen on it. I mean, all of these kids, they love all these things. The parents love it. And guess what they do? They send me pictures of their kids getting it. I post it on my page. They love that stuff. This last month I did, who wants free swag? What's everybody's favorite color? And everybody replied to me, what's their favorite color? They said green. I sent them a green hair tie. I sent them a twosie that matched, and I sent them in a green envelope. So just, I mean, fun things like that I give away. I have a big tub of chapstick. I have cute little socks that I bought on Shop Miss A for $1. I have face masks that are $1. And everybody has the nail clips. What else do I have? Like I told you, blenders, more hair ties, face lanyards. I mean, there's anything and everything that you can. Yeah, isn't that, or the face mask
That's a
lanyards?
face
That's what
lan-
they're for.
What is that? Oh, to hold the mask?
Yes, yeah,
Face
exactly that.
lanyards.
Isn't it hilarious? Hey, they laugh at it. Even if they laugh at it, it's funny as hell. I think it is. So yeah, I mean, it just clips around the lanyard, it clips around it and put it around your neck. You look like an old lady with glasses on. Let's see. I have so many things. And then guess what? I throw in candy. They love candy and then some confetti sometimes. It depends on how mean I want to be. I think confetti's mean. Debbie, you laugh. And they have these bags and they're only $1. It's another thing perfect if they have kids or if they travel, because our nails fit perfect in here. So they have these ones, which this one says girl boss on it. And this one says, I don't sweat, I sparkle. So, but they have like all of these kind of things, which are perfect to give things away. And they're very inexpensive. I mean, I'll buy like a boatload of stuff for like $100 to keep people happy. And it's okay, you know, and I only have to do it probably, I don't know, not that often. Oh, and let's not forget the earrings that everybody loves, these leather earrings. So I also have these too. So, but anyway, basically, you know, a live sale is exactly what it says.
Not my department.
You go ahead and you
He
put
knows
up,
that.
you
Is
put
it the
up
one in the room?
whatever you're selling,
Yeah, he just put it up. He'll
and
take
you
care of
let
it.
other people go ahead and say sold. After it's sold, it's off the table. Basically, I keep an Excel spreadsheet. On the Excel spreadsheet, I put the person that bought the set. After the set, then I put in there, if I'm doing the spin wheel, then I go ahead and I put what they won. At the end, I put what total they, you know, what they owe me. And then at the end of the night, depends on how late it is, I will add them all up and I will go ahead and send it over in a Facebook message usually. I let them know that I take Venmo, PayPal, Facebook Pay. I also have Square and a couple other different payment things. So however you want to be paid, I do let them know that up front as well. That way somebody doesn't come in asking for something that you really can't provide, or not provide, but you can't take. And that truthfully makes it a pretty easy and smooth night. I allow about at least a minute a set. So if you're doing 80 sets, allow yourself 80 to 90 minutes. That's about what it takes for me usually. And that is on an easy night. That's quiet. Sometimes I play music to make it happy and fun in the beginning. Usually it's things like Kelly Clarkson kind of, you know, girl boss kind of music. I can't think of anything else. Do you guys have any more questions?
I really get in there in time for it to be gone. I go now.
Dana, are you asking a question?
No, Dana was getting lost.
Oh,
I don't know what happened. Sorry.
so Lacy, so you're holding them up about a minute each. They're commenting, you're putting them over here as they sell. Do you go back through them at all, or when you're done with
Yes,
your?
and that's another thing. It depends on how many sets I have left over here. And I'll ask them, I'll say, do you guys want me to go back through what's left? Because a lot of people that were on in the beginning aren't on anymore, or the people that are on now were not able to be on in the very beginning. And I know that either that or they'll like it. And I'll say, you know, hey, did you want me just to quickly, I have like 15 sets here. Do you want me to go back through these? And most of them will be like, yes, please. Or, you know, because it's really at that point, I literally just hold them up and go, trend spotted, number 10, blue and Peru, number 55, you know, at that point, because all I need is to just see the comments afterwards, because there is times that I follow up and read the comments again, just because I need to clarify for myself. So.
Are you numbering them in any certain way? Like, is it how you keep your
No.
stash organized, or?
No, not at, actually, no, not at all. I tend to do solid, glitter, print, solid, you know, nothing is ever the same. And I do that because, I mean, I guess I could say, hey, we're doing glitters now, but then anybody that wanted solids, I don't need to stay anymore. So I don't keep anything the same, just for those reasons. So everything is a little different each time. Trying to think of what else that I've done that's.
Abby asked, you're selling them for $10, right? You said?
Yes.
$10 a
I
set?
have yes, I have discounted before, but only if there's no wheel going on. Because the wheel, I always have $1 off and a $2 off spin, and they're both on there twice. Plus I give away some, like I said, I give away, you know, up to 4, you know, not up to 4. If somebody wins it 6 times, I don't stop it. You know, my husband's sitting over here because he's cheap. So he sits over here and goes, he's like, take that off of there. Take that off of there. And I'm like, no, it's who cares? Just leave it alone, you know, but that's just him, and it's okay. But like clear as day, you know, I do, if I'm running low on those, I do keep an eye on how many of those I've got going out. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh crap, I only have 3 packs of those. If 6 of them go out, those are my 6 sleeves. So, you know, I do have to pay attention to that kind of stuff. And I have done, guess how many, one thing I did do that was kind of fun in the beginning was, hey, if anybody can guess how many sets I'm going to raffle off this time, you're going to win a free set of nails. Or not raffle, sorry, that I'm going to sell this time, you know, that person's going to win a free set of nails. It also keeps them until the end of the sale. So, you know, there is some things. I do also do a door prize. I don't want to say silent lurkers, but because most people aren't. But I'll say, hey, you know, at least say, hey, how you doing? What are you doing tonight? I ask them to bring their favorite drink with them in, and, you know, if they drink, they drink. If they have coffee, that's fine. So.
Can I ask you another question? What I always struggle with when I sell sets for $10 is then if they want 4, I know that they're better off doing buy 3, get 1. So I always struggle with that. Do you come across that in your live sales?
But if you really think about it, it's almost the same.
It is, but it's still a little bit more.
And I pay for the shipping and they're getting freebies.
Okay, so if you're paying for shipping, it's 40 straight up, but it could be 39. I know.
I know.
That's the part of me. I always have such guilt. So then I'd be like,
quit being always that person. Come on, Debbie. You got to make money too.
I just always feel bad.
I understand.
You're not twisting their arm. I sell more on my sales like that, and they could go on and buy them on buy 3, get 1 free. I'm not telling them that they have to, right? They're doing it because they want to, and I can't change that. So I'm
Well,
not gonna
another
put
thing
that
is,
here.
is a lot of people like the fact that they're getting it right now.
Yeah.
And for a long time, all the way through Christmas and after, you and I all know how long did the post office take? My stuff was going now, especially because I do pirate ship, which meant it was getting shipped now. I could watch it. They could see the track. It was not getting hung up usually anywhere. It almost all just kept going. Now, for some reason, Color Street stuff kept getting hung up, especially, obviously, you know, you're in Detroit. At that Allen Park facility, it was horrible. It kept getting hung up. So I was FedExing everything.
And Kelly mentioned here, which is a good point. She direct messaged me about when they aren't in stock and retired. I don't feel as bad when it's those, but
No, I do have a couple of really, I don't want to say expensive sets, but you know, ones that I even have bought that are way over retail, and I shouldn't have, but I wanted them. So do I have them? Do I have them for sale? No. If somebody asked for them, I may sell them. But you know, there's always those, you know, sets that you love. I love Lisbon Nights. Do I have it? Yeah, I do. Do I wear it? No.
I actually have one right here. I just found it.
I know. And the thing is that I'm afraid to wear it. I don't want to wear it.
It's so pretty.
I know.
A bottle of Chanel perfume my dad got my mom, and she hasn't worn it for 45 years. So
Oh, that smells
Yeah.
great, I bet.
she never used it because she was saving it for a good day.
Just one day.
Yeah,
That day
yeah.
isn't going to be
That big
now.
old bottle. Yeah.
But no, you know, there's some times that I do, that I know that I give away a lot more than I'm saving. You know, like I said, my husband is that person that points that out. So, you know, when Debbie says, you know, do you feel bad because you're not doing the buy three, get one free? Oh, actually, now this is a deal though. If you were to come to me and say, oh, I want a French set, I only sell them for $7. And it's because they're buy one, get one free all the time on the site, and they're only $7. If I were to sell it, it should only be $7.
Sure.
So I only sell those for $7. And you want to know why? I don't know. That's just my logic in that. So they're not something that I have as a coveted set. I have a bunch of them, and I just, you know, throw them in occasionally. I throw in maybe 2 or 3 pedicure sets. Now that we got more petties, I'll put more of those in, and people just do not understand. That's another thing. Always be saying, you know, when you do your lives, petties can be used on your hands. You know, your hands, your manis, they can be used as your petties. Always remind people these things because they don't remember it ever. And they seem to think that pedicures are only for pedicures, which are not the truth. What else? I just love to tell people, you know, any of the glitter dipped, any of the, you know, any of the overlays, they are basically like a clear as day with a design. They save your polish underneath. So if you like something and you just want a little bit of a design or a little bit of a sparkle, these, you know, because a lot of people are like, why would I buy a glitter dipped? And I'm like, because it gives you a little bit of, you know, vavoom and a little bit of safety. So, but that's pretty much all I have for you guys. If you have any more questions, you know, feel free to ask. You know, drop it in the chat. Feel free to message me. I'll be more than happy to answer.
Does anybody else have any other questions?
When we were talking earlier, because I've only done one and I need to do more. Lacey's my team leader and she's always beating me on the head and I don't listen well enough. But as far as like reading the chats and getting your customers to not battle, it what you see has everything to do with like their internet speeds and upload speeds and yours. So if I type in that I want to set, I'm always seeing mine first. And it will always look to me like I beat out Abby or Dana. And on, you know, Lacey's seeing something totally different. So it saves a lot of heartache if you explain it to everybody up front. It's got to be my screen. This is why I go by my screen. And if you need screenshots and you're super hyper about it, fine. But that's the technical reason why, because then nobody gets into this little chirping. I mean, I live in Grayling. I've got like satellite uplinks and stuff. I'm the last on everything, but that's why, and that's why it'll always look, they'll see number one and it won't look that way to the seller. So
That's a great explanation. Thanks for telling us that. I hadn't even thought about that.
Oh, the feed is totally different. And
Huh.
another thing, if you know immediately that you're going to have a bad feed, if your Wi-Fi is bad and you can run it off of, if you're doing it on your phone and you can run it off of your towers on your phone and not, get ding charged for it, do it, because I've had it where they can't see nails. And I'm literally in town. We have 5G here. There's no reason for me not to have it, but occasionally I'll get it where it'll say that I'm having really bad Wi-Fi speed or whatever. And I'm going like this and they're like, it's really pixelated. It's da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, hang on. So then I switch it over into my, my Spectrum feed. And then I'm doing it on, on there. And all of a sudden it's totally perfect and clear. So another thing is I'll notice then now everybody's coming in a lot faster. So yeah, I mean, that's something that you have to pay attention to. But it's very easy and very, self-explanatory. You'll see it after you do one or two of them. After I was scared to death to do my first live. I did approximately 40 sets for my first live. And the next live, I got a little braver, went to 60. The live after that, I went to 70. The live after that, I went to 80. And now I pretty well hover between 80 and 90, just time wise. So that's pretty much it.
You have another question down here in the chat, asked if there's a specific day that you think is the best day for a live.
Not a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. People don't get paid. They get paid Thursday, Friday, Saturdays most of the time. Sunday afternoon can be a nice lazy day to do them. But I also find that if on Sunday, that tends to be people's runaround day. So for me, a good live day is a Thursday night, a Friday night, or a Saturday night. I'm doing a live tomorrow night. Sometimes I poll people and I ask, but sometimes that also hurts me polling. So I don't even do that anymore. I just choose something and go with it. I know Kristen and I just, she's doing a live, I think on Saturday. She basically said, hey, I'm going to do one. Which day are you doing? We just didn't want to overlap because we do have some people that are the same. You know what? I'll go Friday night if she wants to do Saturday night. Doesn't matter to me. So, people want to get in, and that's totally fine. See, and I may have something Kristen doesn't, and Kristen may have something I don't, that I don't. So, totally depends. She also runs hers differently, where I know Kristen will say, hey, I have 2 moon rivers. So you know what, whoever comments 1 and 2 here, you guys go ahead and take it. Sometimes depends on if it's a real, if it's a seller, if it's a big seller that I know they're waiting for, I don't do it with those. If it's something like Tokyo Lights, and yeah, I know I've got like 6 of them, I'll say, oh, sure, that's not a problem. I'll go ahead, I'll get you guys taken care of. Don't worry about it. So it's up to you as to how you want to play it. It is your game. So, but I have found them to definitely be successful.
Lacy,
when do I give notice of my live events? I just sent an event in my thing today for tomorrow. I never give them too much time, they forget. So How do I keep track of my inventory? I have my inventory on Yumi-Who. Am I good about it? No. I have too much coming in all the time that I'm not good at it. Now it at least tells me that I've got like 3 or 4 of them there, if that's more or so what, you're asking. So.
Lacy, I'm not always really responsible with that type of thing either. So I have found since I switched to Yumi-Who, I have a basket. So when any of my new nails come in, I put it in the basket. So like the other day, I spent an hour, I took all the nails from the basket, I added them to my Yumi-Who, then I filed them. And then if I'm going to take it, my biggest problem is taking any out. Like if anyone comes over to trade, or if I sell from my stock that didn't go through the Yumi-Who, then I have to make sure I go back through and take them out of there. But I have found if I keep them separate over here until I'm ready to file, I can be a little bit more disciplined now.
I used to do that at first, but then things were coming in too fast that I needed to get them out of my office, because it's also my work. This is also my work office, but this is also where I do all of my thank yous. It's also where I do all of my packaging, because it's upstairs next to the door heading out. So I do all of that. I get it all lined up, and then I take it all out. There is somebody was asking.
Yeah, you have a few questions going on in here.
If you want to go ahead and.
Want me to read them?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we did the when do you give notice? How do you keep track? Okay, do you create an event in your VIP group for your live?
I've done in my VIP group, yes, I do an event. I just started doing that because you can invite every single person that's in your VIP group that way without having to go individually and tagging. And that way is a lot easier. So then I don't have to, and if they're interested, great. If they're not, I have been known to go in and also go ahead and type in Messenger and say, hey, not sure if you saw this. I know that you always come to my live sales, just letting you know. I am having a live sale, because there is people that don't ever look at that stuff. They just don't. I have people that I know always buy anywhere between $60 to $100 worth of stuff. I don't want them to not come because they missed the event notification. So I still do send to my big buyers and my normal people. I still send them a message, just giving them a heads up that it is there. And I usually do it that morning.
Okay. Is there the Yumi-Who part? I have the paid version, so I don't know enough.
There is a free version.
I couldn't do anything without the paid.
I have the paid version. The reason I have a paid version is because I do a lot of my sales out of there, and I do the invoicing part out of there. You also can do quick claims out of it, so that people can just, I literally can just go ding, ding, ding. They're all sold, finalized, and it totals it for me, gives me their address, and away it goes. It is a lot easier. They still are in the beginning phases, I think, of that, because there is some things and functionality that is not good yet.
Yeah, and I will say the one reason I did it without even thinking was I think your nails only stay up for like, what was it, a week or a month or something?
A week. Yeah.
I want it indefinite. I'm not going to be going it. I'd spend more time changing them.
Yeah.
So that alone, once I found that out, I paid.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not changing it either. I did the same thing. I did a paid version too. I did the same thing with Canva, paid version. Well, that didn't save me here.
I'm sorry.
I know. I'm still so mad about that. But
Lacy,
like I said,
how often?
I definitely will at least give it to you so that you can at least attach it into here.
Yeah. Go ahead, Heidi.
Oh, I was just wondering, Lacy, how often do you do this game? Once a month?
On average, once a month, or unless they ask for it more. I have done. That's another thing that we had talked about with the implementing the 15th to the 14th. instead of doing basically a regular month for us, we are trying to start them in our regular parties. And totally depends, you know, doing them at the end of the week of your party. I did it in one. I still felt bad, like how Debbie says, you know, the buy 3 get 1 free deal in a live sale, you know, is that pushing it? I kind of felt like what we're supposed to say and what I did say to her guests in her party was, hey, you know, if you've bought, you can buy from my sale at $10 a piece. But if you have not bought anything from her party, then my sale is excluded to you, if that makes sense. So it also promotes them to buy from her at least once, because they're going to get a deal from me. So if that's what they want. And then I did offer a couple retired sets so that they thought it was worth their time. So depends on how, you know, you guys want to work it.
To backtrack to the $10 thing, I don't feel bad till they get to 4. That's when I feel bad. If they're buying 1 or 2, it's when they get to the 4. That's when I feel bad.
Yeah.
So just to throw that disclaimer in there.
Can I ask a question unrelated to live sales? For those of you like Debbie and Lacy who have 300 packs of nails at home, like how are you organizing your nails? Like what are you using to, I don't have 300, but I have a good amount. So do you have a system? Like do you?
I do. You can go ahead, Lacy, first, and I can tell you after what I do.
Just like everybody else, and Debbie probably has them too. I have mine in art bins. The art bins I have lined up downstairs, and you know, basically I have them done glitters, prints, seasonals, and then in there I have cards that tell me what are what.
Yeah. Okay.
Now whether or not they stay that way, again, I'm a terrible and the sad thing is I'm project coordinator, so I should never ever have any of this problem. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, when things come in to me at this kind of a rate, it's just not good.
You're so funny. Here, I have the same thing probably. I have this. Is this what you have?
Yeah, art bin.
Yeah. So I have 2 of these, Andrea, and
Okay.
I have solids and glitters in one, then like the patterns, and I do alphabetical order. So like
Okay.
my solids A to Z, my glitters A to Z. I used to try to separate retireds from that. Now I have them all in one.
Okay.
And I have, you know, like the glitters patterns. And then I have the same exact order for my Yumi Who. So I
Okay.
can very easily. So like the other day when I filed my new ones, I just did a double check to make sure I had crossed, you know, I had been marking off ones that I took out. So I could easily go through alphabetically and go and just shift right through to see how many I had to cross-reference it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then Debbie nicely has a basket. I put mine in my big plastic bin.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I know. I put them in as my big plastic bin. And these are,
It's just that.
what's really bad is everything that's in this plastic bin, I know that I've got a lot of duplicates of. So I know that it's okay that I send 2 of the Philadelphias if I send out this, because I know I've got 2 more downstairs. So it's just, it keeps everything kind of in line for my own brain as to, you know, I can do 2 of these, or say I want to add in. Say if somebody says to me, hey, do you have more deep water opal? Yeah, I do. I've got like 4 of them up here, plus 3 or 4 downstairs. You know what I mean? I know that I'm safe. I have, listen to me like it's oxygen. I'm safe, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, you know, I've tweaked mine so many times and redone. Right now, I'm real organized with it, but it doesn't mean I always have been or then I may become disorganized. Like, look, I only have one set right now that I have to file. The other day
I
I had
wish.
2 boxes worth. So, you know,
Yeah.
I have just one Himalayan salt that I found somewhere laying around. I'm like, ooh, so instead of just throwing it in my file, I'll wait till I put it in my Yumihu and then I'll file it away.
Yeah, I definitely have a lot. I have a lot of stock. It's another reason why, it's another reason why I like to have live sales too, because again, they do get old, try to get rid of it. So that's
that leads
why.
to the next question then. Do you have them filed as to when you got them, how old they are?
I do put them in front. New ones are in front, old ones go to the back. So yes, I do that.
I know someone on our team, Amanda Thomas, I believe, used to date it. Just on the packaging, she put a little date when she got it.
Because
Yeah,
what the
I don't
very
feel like
last
I keep
digit
any
is
of
the
mine that
year.
long. What's
The
that?
very last digit's the year, right?
I think so. I can't remember. She didn't actually she did a coding for herself. So it didn't, like, if a customer bought it, they're not going to say, well, you bought this a year ago, but I can't,
Yeah.
I don't know how she did it, but she had some dating system for herself to know.
Right.
Maybe it's like 5/9 to be like May 2019.
Right.
But yeah, I don't keep old to new or anything, because I feel like I've gone through almost all my old retired ones. Everybody's bought them all.
Yeah, a lot of my retired, I did right after they came out with the latest list, that the last one right before the spring, and they did that retired. I did a lot of it. I kept like one set, like for myself, things like Bloody Gorgeous or the Underground Magic, that kind of stuff, until I decide that I don't want to keep them anymore.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, yeah, I don't let them hang around, guys. They're collecting dust that I'm either not going to wear. I'd rather somebody else, wear them than them sit in my, in my bins, because that's what's happening. Like I said, what good is it? Make money, sell it, get it out the door.
Thank you so much for doing
Yes.
this, Lacy. You have
Yes,
so
thank you.
much knowledge and wisdom. We all might pop in that next live. No, and actually, I think that's what started this whole thing.
Yeah.
Is so I think she was inviting people into her live, and we were just saying that it, really, you should really only be on your upline, your direct uplines. She shouldn't feel the need to put all different team members from our team in her VIP group. Because one, you want to hear from your VIPs. You want their comments and stuff. So a couple people from the team, your upline, or maybe your immediate enrollees add in. But other than that, really, it was very generous. But that's when we said people from the team don't need to be in her VIP group. So that's kind of so she said she would do it for the whole team. So that was really nice of you to do this training. So we so appreciate it.
Anything else? And if you guys have any, questions, please, either, like I said, just message. I'll be happy to answer and share anything that I have, if I have anything else.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. It was great. I love how you speak. You're just like right there. You're right on it.
To the point.
Awesome. Yep. I love it. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in and learning more about VIPs. So now maybe once I'm hoping I can figure out how to get this off my husband's computer. I'll figure it out. It just may not be tonight. So I just don't know if I can log into YouTube is my problem. So I may not be able to do it till I get my computer back and can figure out how to log into my YouTube, because all my passwords, are right in my computer, which I don't have. Once I post it though, if anyone does a live, they could come in and share it in the comments when they do a live and share it with Lacy and tell them how it went. You inspired me to try them again. I didn't love how I did them the last time, so I'll have to try. I'll give it another go.
For sure. Absolutely. Try. I mean,
I think I'm going to limit myself. I did way too many sets in the past. That was the problem.
you know, like I've told everybody, even if it's the girls under me, you know, just do 30.
Yeah.
If you do 30 is going to make you BQ for next month. If you reinvest that 30, you know, it's still 300 towards your hostess, you know, money. You know, all of these things help you.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You know, and again, makes you not stressed for next month. You know, and for things like the bracelet, if you wanted to BQ for that bracelet, it means it's done. And it's things that you've already had. So do it. Nothing stopping it.
For sure. Thank you. Oh, before I hang up, Robin, I'm responding to your comment that your message to me. Then you guys don't have to wait, but if I end it, my comment back to her will end.
Okay, everybody, bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Lacy. Where are you, Robin? I don't see your name on there. Are you still on here? I'll just put, oh, there you are, Robin. Okay. Yes, they are. I love, and look at my chairs too. Look at, I found these at Home Goods.
So cute.
I totally scored. I went to Home Goods. They had one. And I was like leaving in a little while to go up north skiing. And I went up, I said, do you have another one? They called a different location and I drove over a half hour away and they had the other one. So I got lucky. But the knobs, I can't even remember. I think I Googled them and got them off some random website.
So cute.
If you are interested, I could find it in my email once
No.
but
I don't have black cupboards in my kitchen, or I would.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, but those are really cute. I just
Thank
love black
you.
and white.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I do too. So thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
Have a great night.
Yep, you
All
too.
right.
Bye.
Bye.